That's the button, and we can start. We can start our session. It's
I need
not
to
me.
figure out why I can't see your face. Like, that's bugging me.
That is pretty weird. It's certainly working for me. I would uninstall and reinstall your app, but yeah, I have no idea.
That's fair.
Like the first step.
But now, are you still with us?
Yeah, she's here.
I'm here, yeah. I'm just trying to
Okay.
make sure it doesn't die on me again.
Oh yeah, you can't like have it in the
Blowing
center
it.
below on it the entire time. I want to say that it's Manel's turn, but I could be making stuff up.
It is Manel.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am so pleasantly surprised, and I'm happy with the way the book ended and how everything wrapped up. It was so good. It was so entertaining. The fact that Silas was dead was like, huh,
I
okay.
fucking knew it.
Yeah,
It wasn't
she
the
did call it.
best. Also, I'm not mad at it. Also, Percy being the bad guy, I'm like, yes, that is entertaining because like nobody saw it coming. Like he was such a good person throughout the entire book, and then suddenly, whoosh, he's the bad guy. And with them pinning it on his actual mom, that was like, okay, well, you need a red herring for it after all, but
Yeah,
it was still
yeah.
good. It turned out real well. I liked it. It was really good, entertaining also. Her and death, well, it happened. We thought it was gonna happen, and it happened.
It did
So
happen.
can't be too mad about it.
I have a comment when it's my turn about sex between immortals and non-immortals. So we'll get to that soon. Stay tuned.
I don't know the way he reasoned it out. I've been alive for a millennia or whatever, and like I finally met you. So then I kind of felt for the guy, like, okay. But then, like, he's been like with her since she was a baby, and that still creeps me
It
out.
is still creepy, of
But then
course.
again,
To be
like,
fair, he was sporadically with her when she was a baby, like only a couple of times when people die. I don't know.
So Julia is
yeah,
team immortal sex. I appreciate that.
I guess we could justify it. I mean, oh, also, like,
I'm
you know, he's
justifying it
so
because I really
old.
ship them.
Yeah, I mean, he's so old, like, time becomes, like,
Oof,
irrelevant. Not to say
bitch.
that he should have gotten with her when she was a baby. Ew, no, gross. Like he could
Yeah.
have waited for her, you know, because he's not going to age anymore. And she's probably going to become immortal too now that she's also, like, death or whatever.
Sure.
So, like, in that sense, like, it doesn't matter. And it's not like he tried anything creepy when she was a kid. So it's not like he was grooming her exactly. He was just always there, and he knew that, you know. I'm just reading too much into it. It's because of the whole Rowan ailing thing and all of those
Sure.
discussions that we had.
When you first
So
once it's in your mind, you like can't get rid of it. I agree.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, like when I used to read books like this, all these YA novels, I'm like, oh, that's
Of
cute.
course, yeah.
And now
There's
I'm like,
no right.
ooh.
Yeah. Ooh, I
Yeah.
wonder. I wonder if it's just because of our discussions and the book club, or is it also because you're getting older?
I think it's
Because
because I'm getting older.
yeah,
I think it's because we're getting older.
because then you start
Yeah.
seeing that as like a different class of people, and you're like, oh, that's messed up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely got to do with that because, for example, I started dating Shalin when I was 16, but when I look at 16-year-olds now, I'm like, ew, what's wrong with
They're
you?
so young.
You're
I
too
know.
young to be
Yeah. They're
in this
so
sort of
even
things. But I
early
did
20s, I look at them and I'm
And
like,
they're
what
like
the
so
hell?
young. I know. I know.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So definitely getting older. I did wonder about this one thing where they kind of accepted Signa into into their family rather, like without any question, sort of, like especially with the cousins.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, because like when she was like, "Oh, take this antidote, you'll be well." Like I don't know about that. She just did it anyway, but I guess it's fine. Like everything worked out. So overall, I'm happy with it. I do not have any major complaints.
Wow.
I know.
Manel.
I wonder if this
That's
only translates to
crazy.
like does this only translate to like a 3-star though?
It's not a 5-star for sure, but I still really liked it. So
All right.
So is it a
Nice.
4?
it's a 4.
Wow.
Well, that's like a 5.
That is a Manel
That's like
5.
a 10 for me. Manel's 4 is like a 10. Okay, I guess I can go.
Okay.
Same with Manel. I know there's 2 more books. This is one of those books where I like it so much, I'm tempted not to read the rest of the books because I have such a good perception of it and I liked it so much. I don't want to ruin it by having a shitty second book. So I'm a little bit concerned. However, I am hoping for a Death and Fate threesome. Just kidding, guys. But like, did you when, when Fate came? I was like, hell yeah! I was like, huh?
Oh dear.
I'm just kidding. No, but I was super interested when like Fate came because we had talked about it earlier in the book. Like, oh, I wonder if we're gonna meet Fate. What is it like? Death, Fate, and is there like 3? Like, is the 3rd book gonna be something else?
Oh, I hadn't even thought about that yet. That's interesting. Like if there'll be like a new major character like that.
Life, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, I thought it was so I was so surprised it was fucking Percy. Like I had no idea. I thought it was Marjorie. I thought it was Byron. I thought it was Silas. I was just like, it was really, really good making it Percy. And I think it made so much sense that it was Percy because the entire book she was building up that character for him to be very much influenced by society and what society would think of them and how it's not okay and all of that. So it makes sense that he was so concerned with this shit that he's like, I'm just gonna fucking kill them off because I want to just make sure that I have the best image possible.
Dang, once he
So I really
started
like that.
talking once he started talking about like what actually
He
happened
was
where like he did
mean.
he did like the first dose and then he like kept going to try like I was like, "Oh gosh, what a psychopath."
Like he was fucking crazy. I was like, God damn, that's insane. I was like, okay, sure.
But I really like that though. Like it
Yeah.
made him a very interesting villain.
Yeah, I agree.
He did. He did. The minute at the Christmas ball, the minute Silas was like, "Close your eyes, Signa. You don't want to see this." I was like, "That motherfucker's not real." That remember that? Have you guys seen that? I'll tell you right back. No, okay. Anyways,
Yeah.
like I was like, he's like definitely not real.
It was also at the ball that I knew for sure that death was Silas. But I still got pretty pleasantly surprised by Percy. I didn't see that coming at all. But the death and Silas thing, I was like at the ball, I was like, oh, there's no question in my mind now. Yeah.
I like the dynamic between Byron and Elijah too. I liked Elijah's character in the end. I think it was like I don't know. I think she wrote really good characters. She wrote Percy really well, Signa very well. Blythe also was like really well written. I really enjoyed Death for whatever reason. I really enjoy his character. I don't know. I really enjoy Death's character. Also, Death in my head is Timothy Chalamet. So
me too. The whole time, dead serious. Yeah, like and it's never been a question. Like right from the beginning, he's just.
It was from the beginning. Death is Timothy Chalamet. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. That's amazing.
Tight.
I'm so excited.
That's tight. That makes me happy.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Me too. Me too.
So weird. You guys, I've been
I know.
picturing someone like Theo James in my head.
Oh, okay. No, you are categorically wrong about that one, my friend.
The voice.
Yeah.
You know,
I think Timothy Chalamet just looks like a starved Victorian boy in general.
Right.
So,
although I will say, I hear what you're saying. If you were going more on the voice, because the voice didn't sound like Timothy Chalamet at all.
That's true.
But yeah.
Damn, Theo, I would take Theo James too. Theo James in the fucking Divergent series, bitch, awakened me as a teenager. Anyways, but now I know you know what I'm talking about.
I get it. Yeah, I get it.
There was a lot of hot people in the Divergent series, I must say. Guys and chicks, there was a lot of eye candy. I remember watching like me and LaDonna would even talk about that because those were all coming out like while we were dating, and we would like talk about like the next one coming out like bro, I can't wait to see them girls, and she was like, yep, same except for the dudes.
Yeah. Also, like complete side note, but still relevant. Do you guys remember the movie Mortal Instrument City of Bones?
Yes.
I never watched
That's literally
it.
one of my all-time favorite movies, and I'm wondering now because I think it if it was such a good representation of like a fantasy. Darren, if you haven't seen it, I recommend it. It's a very old movie, but
Yeah,
it's really good.
but isn't it like because my understand so I missed the beginning. I don't know like whatever for whatever reason like I couldn't like but I wanted to but I couldn't see it in theaters because I was like busy. And then I found out that it kind of flopped. And I found out that it was a whole ass book series and that they probably weren't going to complete it, and that's why I didn't bother. And in my mind, I just told
I never
myself,
read the book.
yeah, in my
Actually, I
mind, I
think I
just
did.
told myself that I wanted to read them, but I never did.
Yeah, I recommend it. It's really good.
Hmm,
I think it's
okay.
like the best way. I don't know, Manel, did you like the movie?
No, I did not.
Dang.
Different strokes for
I'm
different folks.
sorry.
Yeah.
I
It's
didn't like
okay.
the movie.
You're
And
also,
I think
go ahead.
it's because I read the first book, if I'm not
Mm.
mistaken. But that was so long ago.
That was definitely coming out during an era where books to movies were very, very dodgy. A lot of them were like
Yeah.
not that good. Uh,
Like, for example, Aragon, they just completely blotched that movie. It was horrible.
have you?
So bad.
I only made it to like I think book 2 on that, and I stopped not because it was bad, but because I just kind of stopped reading during the time. Have you read all of those, or at least all of the ones
Yeah,
that are
I've
like
read that.
okay? Because I know there's like a pretty new
But
one. I think it came out like last year though.
yeah. But I mean, the main series just has 4 books. That would be worth reading because it was pretty good.
I like recently
Huh.
put that on my want to read list. I was wondering if you guys had seen had read them or not. That's
Mm-mm.
interesting, and I guess it's probably been long enough for you, Manel, where you wouldn't mind reading it again. That's interesting. Anywho, any other thoughts, Julia?
Anyways, yeah, I appreciate the fact that they didn't continue the death and um Cigna romance. I appreciate the fact that they kind of brought it in that like I can't be around you because I don't want you to be around death, which makes sense. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Like why the
right.
fuck would you want to be with somebody if all it is going to bring death? So I appreciate that they kind of touched on that topic a little bit. It was very much giving teenage boy going off to college. I can't be with you right now because I'm going to be doing something else. But um overall, like I really liked it. I loved the book. 5 out of 5 for me. I would recommend it. It's just like a nice book. I think it was well. It was like it wrapped up really well. The story took me by surprise. Everything was good. The characters were good. Everything was yeah. I have no issues.
Cool. Is it my turn now?
Yes.
No.
No. Never my turn. Uh I mostly pretty much just like totally agree. I think I have some like random side notes to add, but I thought it was great. I think it's more like knocking on the door of 5, so I'm probably like in the between you. Usually whenever I'm in that scenario, I usually punch up if it's in a good way or punch down if it's bad. So like I'll probably give it a 5. We'll see. Um I had like a couple of I don't even know like notes, and there was like some qualms, I guess. So one, I also liked Byron and Elijah. I thought that I continued to think that just like the men in this book were like well portrayed and much better than most other books we read. Uh, I also appreciated that like Byron and Elijah had this like little bit of a spotlight where they got to like talk about their problems with society of needing to basically like this whole book is about women's problems with societal pressures, but guys have the same ones, but in general we're not really allowed to talk about them because if we talk about them people will say, "Oh, but you have the better job, so fuck off." You know what I'm saying? But like it's like like men are just born and bred to think like provide, 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 and it's never like nurture and just enjoy yourself. And so that was cool how they talked about that. Let me see. So one thing about Silas that like I didn't really understand. So it was kind of like how we were talking about where he was always just a figment of her imagination. He never actually existed in the real world. So I guess first of all, why did she go to Thorngrove in the first place? Like was that pre-planned? Like they were expecting her, right? Because now that I'm looking back, it's almost like they were like she kind of surprised them, but I don't think so. I think she was expected. And if that's the case, then why didn't anyone real come to collect her and mess with Silas's plans? right? Like
Yeah.
why like it doesn't make any sense that a girl like that during that time from a wealthy like going to a wealthy place like that would just be like left alone at a train station to fend for herself. That doesn't make any sense. Unless
I
Silas killed a
chalked it
guy,
up
but I don't think.
to Elijah requesting her, but being too drunk to follow through on it.
Yeah, I thought of that. I just think that that's kind of like a lame excuse, and if that was it, there should have been some kind of an explanation. But it wasn't that big of a deal. Just kind of weird
Fair.
inconsistency. Usually, when there's like huge plot twists like this, there are inconsistencies, but that one wasn't that big of a deal. Let's see. I thought it was respectable that Death never came on to Cigna while in Silas form. I don't know if you guys ever really like noticed that, but like
Yeah,
there was
yeah,
chemistry, but it was always in her head. He wasn't ever doing anything inappropriate. So it's good that like he already knew that he was being false like that. It would have been way weirder if he was like hitting on her from both sides. Like that would have been like very strange, but at least he didn't do that. Um let me see. Uh Oh, so the immortal banging of young girls. So we already touched on it, but like I thought I was thinking about it and like because we did talk about it and it was making me more uncomfortable in the with the Fae stuff, but I was more comfortable with this one. Like I didn't really have a problem with it, and I don't have enough data for like this isn't like good sample size because I don't really know, but maybe it was just the way it was written, and maybe I like the way it was written better here because Sarah J. Maas does get like awfully like lewd and weird, and maybe that's why it starts becoming uncomfortable. But I actually
Yeah.
think the real reason that I'm more comfortable with this is in my mind, and I think this is just from like Greek mythology stories all my life or whatnot. When I think about someone who's like actually immortal, not fey immortal, like fake immortal, right? But like actually immortal, in my mind, those people are locked into a certain age forever, right? Because
Yeah.
you'll see like immortal children in stories, and they've been a child forever, or like an immortal grandpa, and he's been a grandpa for like ever, right? So in my mind, this Death talked like he was in his like early 20s, like he acted that way, and so in my mind, he was locked into that personality, and so it's not creepy for him to bang a 20-year-old because he is also kind of 20 in that regard. But with a Fae and they slowly age, that's when it's more weird to me, I think.
yeah. I felt the same way. I think I'm okay with it because I know in my head, the way the book played out, in my head, he's Silas. He's that age. He looks like that, and he will be forever that age. So I justify it, like you said, like he's locked in there like that. I don't think him as like growing old or anything. Like he's forever young in that face, that body, that age. So for me, it's like okay, like that's fine.
Right. However, having
Yeah,
said that, what is weird because I have this as my next point. If you go with that logic, and I think that that is good logic, what's up with the fact that um, Cigna is not immortal, at least right now?
that's what I was
And
gonna say.
so
Yeah,
now Cigna's gonna start being the old lady, and he's gonna be the young boy, and that will start being creepy at a certain point, in my opinion. But you know, that's I don't think we're ever gonna see that in any of these
Aaron, you
books.
just don't get it. They're connected by death. Okay, their love is everlasting. Like
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
and that transcends adolescent sexual laws.
Yes,
He's
it
gonna
Anyway,
does.
become
Especially back
immortal.
then. I mean, if you think about it, Cigna's an old hag. That bitch is old as fuck.
that's
She's
true.
been did like had 3 kids already by 19. So geriatric relationship
I'm
already, if you ask
Yeah.
me.
I'm pretty sure by the end of book 2 she's gonna be immortal and like become death.
Yeah.
Right.
Not
Right.
second partner or
What
the
like
second rebirth.
I'm actually shocked that it didn't happen already, but for sure what's going to be in this book is she's going to kill herself on purpose to save somebody, and that's what's going to like unlock her powers or some crap. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's going to be like
Yeah.
her, you know. I really thought that it was going to happen in this book. I kind of glad they didn't because that sounds like extreme. Um let me see. This might have just been me editing and listening, and I tuned out for a second. I'm hoping like usually like Manel knows these facts. Like, what happened to Charlotte while the whole like villain story was happening? In my mind, she was still just standing there. But like, why wasn't
Sorry.
Because wouldn't have that gotten weird? Like, what happened to her? Did she walk away? Did
No,
she?
she said,
She went to
she
go
said she
get
had to step
Elijah.
back.
Remember? She sent her away.
Oh, got it. That's why she wasn't there. I knew you guys would know. Tight.
Yeah.
I had a feeling that wasn't like an inconsistency. I was pretty sure because I was like that would be like a really glaring one. So I had a feeling I just didn't hear it. My last note was
And
I thought. Oh, go ahead.
no, wait.
The cliffhanger was lame in my opinion. Like Fate showing up at that very 11th hour and like making his like stupid little proclamation about like, ooh, time to solve another mystery. This felt like too Scooby Doo to me, and I don't know. I could just kind of like lame. Like I would have done. I would have been better off if that last part hadn't happened and then we just learned about it next time. But that was my last note.
Yeah, but then
Overall, I
how
kind
was
of
she
loved it.
supposed to write a second book?
Yeah,
Okay,
and
she was eating up
Yeah.
how would how would she bolster the sales of that book and pre-orders without a
That's
cliffhanger
true.
like
That's
that?
true.
Yeah. Um pretty great book. I really liked it a lot. I was surprised. Have you guys noticed that this book has the worst ratings of the three? They're supposed to get even better from here, which hopefully
That
that's
fucking.
true.
Really?
Yeah. This
That's
one's in
interesting.
this one's in the very low very high threes and then the next two are in the fours.
So excited. Before I forget, so one thing I also wanted to point out, which is like contributed to me never thinking it was Percy, is because she built up the Charlotte and Percy possibly being a thing at the ball too. So it never
True.
occurred to me that it would be Percy because she also kind of like foreshadowed to them and them having a good time. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, like that makes sense. You know what I mean? And
Right,
then
even at the
bam,
last minute
Percy.
when she
So poor
encounters.
Charlotte, Cygna still fucked it up for her.
Yeah, I know. But like when she encountered Charlotte in the night, I like even at that point I was like, oh, so it was Charlotte all along. You know what I mean? Like I really didn't. Then when it switched to Percy, I was like, oh gosh, uh, yeah, crazy. I also like how they tied back in that whole like burning of the body will like banish a soul. Uh, that was interesting. Man, yeah, good book. I'm looking forward to more.
Yeah, same.
Awkward silence. Is that all we have?
Any last words?
Any last
Um,
words?
thinking.
I was sad about
Wait,
Thalius in
wait.
the book and how he
Oh,
possessed her. That was kind of crazy. That scared me a little bit.
Oh yeah. Wait, actually, now that I think about it, what happened with that, so who set the fire? Was it Percy? Did he
Percy
say
set
he
the
pushed the
fire
fire?
too.
He did
Yeah.
set the fire.
first is
Okay.
the
Yeah,
fire.
I
Yeah.
guess I do
And
remember
Percy,
him saying
like, think about how insane Percy was to. And you know what? You know what's kind of crazy now that I'm thinking about it a little more
that. Uh oh,
logically. If
glasses
Percy
came off.
was that crazy and he knew that Cygna found the cure to Blythe, and he already knew that he could have blamed her as a witch and ruined her, why didn't he just ruin Cygna and go along with his original plan versus just like helping Cygna?
I have an okay answer that I think was
What is
maybe
it?
justified in the book. That he would be implicated as also being either a witch or like in support of her because he went into that store
Fair.
too and he was like terrified by the fact that he went into
Yeah,
that
it's
store. It
true.
wasn't even about her, you know what I mean?
Like
So
he could have always been like, she just came here, we didn't know her, she's done this.
sure,
Like he could have always, you know.
but
But that's weird. I wonder why that didn't.
he was like so anal about society stuff that I don't know if I would have seen him doing that.
Uh,
But I kind of agree. This is always one of those things where when if you start diving too deep into like cliffhangers, especially book cliffhangers, you can pretty much always tear them apart because there's always other ways that it could
yeah.
have maybe should have gone earlier to make it less suspenseful for us, but more logical.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that it was because he had to maintain his charade, right? Like not even his sister knew what he was up to. So if he had refused to help, it would have been weird. So
That's
yeah,
true
that's
too.
what I thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a question. I completely forgot, but what happened to Signa's lessons that she was supposed to be taking with death, or like did she self-learn? I'm unclear of what happened of that.
She self-learned, remember, which I also thought was a little bit weird because she hated Dash, she didn't know how to use her powers, and all of a sudden that bitch popped a couple Belladonnas, just like, I'm walking through walls, I've got this.
Yeah.
So
How?
I don't know.
So I don't think that they ever mentioned this, but I was kind of okay with it because did you notice how like there was like a good amount of passage of time happening in this book? Like
Yes,
there was
there was.
there was moments where time was like going, and so like I think those lessons started in that first era, and then I think like at least a couple of months went by because all of a sudden they were at their, like it was their season or whatever. So I think that probably kind of explains it, but they should have said it explicitly as well.
That's fair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And so, did they actually say it, or was it just assumed that at the very end the guy got poisoned by cyanide?
I don't know what is cyanide bitter almonds. I don't know.
Cyanide smells like almonds. I just know that from like way too many
Really.
weird YouTube videos that I watch. Yeah. Hmm.
I don't know. I feel like, you know what? I feel like Charlotte is going to come in the second and third book at some point in time, and the apothecary. Apothecary?
Apothecary.
Apothecary?
You're almost there.
Apothecary.
Carry, yeah.
Apothecary. Because the whole talk about her foraging in the woods and the willow bark, I thought that was really interesting too, and I wish we would have explored that more. So,
That's
I don't know.
true.
We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, if anything, like now that Charlotte was obvious, I mean, obviously Charlotte was a red herring, and I think a pretty good one, because
Yeah.
even late game, like I really thought that it was her, and so it
When
makes
she found
sense,
her in the woods,
right?
sorry, but when she found her in the woods, I straight up thought, "Oh fuck yeah,
Yeah,
it's Charlotte. This
same
bitch
here.
is
It was
just
perfect
about to
because
poison her, and they're gonna find out because she can't die." You know what I
right.
mean? Like I was like, "Oh, this is Charlotte."
And then when she was being overly nice, I was like, okay, all of a sudden she's gonna start talking weird, and she's a bitch after all, and let's go for it. But then she
Yeah.
just stayed nice, and I'm like, what is happening right now? But
Yes.
anyways, even though it makes sense to like shield her away to make her a red herring for us, now I wish we knew Charlotte more because she seems cool as hell. So hopefully she comes
No, are
out.
you okay?
Yeah, no, I just accidentally backed up onto the pavement, so.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay,
Sorry
okay,
there.
jeez.
I just heard Manel gasp, and then the sound of the like a beeping. I was like, "Oh fuck."
I didn't even hear that. Oh gosh. You can see Atlas in the background right now. Oh, he's leaving.
I can't because I can't see your fucking camera.
Oh, you right. You right. Too soon. Sorry.
Anyways,
uh,
Oh, I see him. He's
yeah, yeah.
just rub it
he's
in,
being a
Manel.
ham. Oh, he's being cute. Oh
Oh,
gosh.
you guys are fucking assholes at this point. I'm just
He
kidding.
is. He's like stretching and stuff. Oh, now he's going under the
Oh,
windowsill. Gotcha. Um, yeah. Try uninstalling. If that does, I'll bet you
I
that'll
will.
work. But if that doesn't, that's gonna get weird. All right. Well, just heading on to the next book. Any other business?
Is it Foxtrot or Tango next?
I do believe it's
You know what I mean?
Foxtrot and then Wisteria is third, but we
Okay,
should
there we go.
probably
Thank
double
you.
check. I think it
Okay.
is. Yeah.
Foxglove.
uh,
Is it what is it really? It's like Foxglove or something, right?
Foxglove and Wisteria. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I wonder if like even by like the
Funny.
midway point you're still calling it Foxtrot. Awesome.
Honestly, that book's gonna be Foxtrot in my head.
It's already done.
It's done.
Alrighty, y'all.
Also, just like as a fucking side note, sorry guys, I know I always never want to end the conversation. It's because you guys have two book clubs and I have one. Anyways,
Easy.
I wish I wish I was an artist because there was not enough fanfic art for this book. And I was like, I mean, I really feel like you could make money doing that somehow with all these like book talk books, like making fanfic art, like somehow. I don't know. Anyways, just a side thought.
I personally think that now that AI is a thing, there's like no reason anyone would pay for it ever again. Not pay for
That's
it.
true.
I think it'll keep happening like
I
from
was gonna use
fans.
AI.
But if I was a TikToker person and I wanted like a cover for my story or wherever the hell it works in there, I'd use AI at this point. Like it would look better and it would be like exactly what you want.
Fair. Fair. All right, I'm done.
Okay. You good too, Manil? You look like you were hearts for the chat. Good times. Oh geez.
Wait. Wait, it's not happening.
Oh, I know. Julia, try doing it. Give us a thumbs up or something. You broke it. You broke it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Mine is not even working right now. Maybe if I'm like up front.
Oh, it's too
No,
much glare.
I don't even think I can see me.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Is that a cookie?
Yes.
Dang, that's a good one.
Wait, Manel, I can't see your camera either.
Oh gosh.
This entire time.
That's cute enough to where you should probably take a photo and send it to the group chat.
I'm just
That's a
looking
good
at
one.
myself this entire fucking. Yeah, send it to me, Manel.
I will.
That is funny. I just realized. So you're just looking at yourself this whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, very
literally. Exactly.
Oh, Atlas is on LaDonna's desk. He knows he's not supposed to do that. Good grief. Alrighty, y'all.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Happy
Good session. Talk to you soon.
trunk or
Bye.
treat Halloween. Bye.